Hello everyone, this is The Last Word and I'm Maria Shakil. In the wake of the Pahalgam terror attack, India has sent out a firm message that terrorism won't be tolerated. Top leaders, from Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Union Home Minister Amit Shah to Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, all have vowed action. But politics has flared up. There are certain opposition leaders who are questioning the lack of action, or should I say, delay in action. Today, it was the UP Congress chief, Ajay Rai, who mocked India's pride, the Rafale jet, by presenting it as a toy with lemons and chilies, symbols used to ward off evil. Ajay Rai questioned when India would take the next step against Pakistan. None can imagine that a leader who's representative of citizens can act like this, instead of standing by its citizens and armed forces rather than questioning them. The BJP has lashed out, accusing the Congress of demoralizing the armed forces and siding with the enemy in rhetoric. With repeated controversial statements coming from Congress leaders, from Siddaramaiah to Vijay Vettiwad and now Ajay Rai, question looms large. Does the India bloc support India's armed forces? And is Rafale becoming a pawn in petty politics? First up, let's listen in to what the politics around this story is, and then I bring in the guests.
ये रक्षा मंत्री जी ने लटकाया, मैंने नहीं लटकाया। मैंने तो बताया, आंखें खोली इनकी कि आपने जो किया है वो सामने देख लीजिए कि नींबू मिर्च क्या है। नहीं, ये शो करना चाहते हैं कि जो आप नींबू मिर्ची लगाकर खड़ा किए हुए हैं राफेल को, आज देश की जनता प्रभावशाली कार्रवाई चाहती है आतंकवादियों के खिलाफ। एक बेटा जिसका, सोच सकते हैं जिसका एक बेटा चला जाएगा दुनिया से, तो आज क्या उसके ऊपर बीतेगी, पूरे परिवार के ऊपर। मैं समझता हूं कि वो अंतरात्मा हम सबकी पूरे देश के लोगों की रो रही है, पूरे लोग परेशान हैं।
अजय राय जी रफाल विमान को के ऊपर खिलौना ऐसा दिखाते हुए, नींबू मिर्ची दिखाते हुए मजाक उड़ाने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं। तो एक दिन पहले इसी ईस्टर्न यूपी में गंगा एक्सप्रेस वे के ऊपर रफाल ने लैंडिंग की और उड़ान भरी। यानी ये सीधा संदेश था पाकिस्तान और हमारे देश के दुश्मनों को, और उसी क्षेत्र में, उसी गंगा के किनारे बैठकर कांग्रेस पार्टी का प्रदेश अध्यक्ष उसी रफाल विमान का मजाक उड़ा रहा है।
Joining me on the show, Dr. Ajay Alok is the spokesperson of the BJP. We have Dolly Sharma representing the Congress, and two experts on the show, Brahma Chelani, strategic affairs expert, and Neeja Chaudhary, senior journalist and columnist. Brahma Chelani, completely avoidable, but why make fun of Rafale jet?
That's a good question. Domestic politics should be kept out of arms procurement decisions by the government for several critical reasons, primarily centered around ensuring national security. Arms procurement is a highly specialized and critical function that directly impacts the country's security and sovereignty. To ensure the armed forces are equipped with the best possible tools to protect the nation, decisions have to be based on objective criteria. They have to be also based on operational requirements of the services, technical evaluations, and cost effectiveness, free from the influence of domestic political agendas. But there is a larger issue that, that really this particular incident highlights, which is that successive governments in India, on their watch, Pakistan has carried out daring cross-border attacks. For example, under Vajpayee, we had the attack on Indian Parliament. Under Manmohan Singh, we had these horrific Mumbai massacre. Then under Modi, we've had a series of major attacks from Pathankot, Uri, and the most recent in Pahalgam. The question that we need to ask ourselves is, has any government in India ever imposed deterrent costs on Pakistan? After every major terrorist attack, we debate as to what should be the appropriate response, but then after some time, it's back to business as usual. That's the reason why Pakistan feels emboldened to carry out its unconventional war by terror. We need to break from this cycle. We need to think long-term, and we need to think strategic as to how we can deter Pakistan effectively. So we need to keep partisan politics aside and focus on national security and how to strategically contain Pakistan.
Okay. Neerja Chaudhary, first the Gayab post, which was of course removed late at night, understanding fully well that it had backfired on the entire Congress narrative. And now this. Is the Congress party not able to understand the sentiment of the country right now?
I think the Congress leaders, and Ajay Rai particularly, needs to go by what his own party's top leadership told the government at the all-party meeting.
Yes.
Which was that we will let you decide what is the most effective way to respond, and we will back you in that endeavor. And then when Siddaramaiah and some others spoke about, that there should not be a war. Now, I say about the war situation, people can have that view, that we should do something less than the war. We should do something effective, sabak sikhana, but it need not go to all-out war. That can be a viewpoint. But the Congress leadership again reiterated what they had said earlier and said the party's view was this, that we will back the government on whatever they decide. Now, it's a very tough call for the government to take because there are so many complexities here. It's not a simple thing to do that you just pick up and attack the other country. There are other countries involved. What will China do? What will the US do? What will Bangladesh do? Then we have, of course, inside the country, there is an opinion that's incensed and would like effective action to be taken. But then the government has to weigh up everything. There has to be due deliberation. There has to be careful planning on all fronts. So the government has taken certain measures already. And it is, the Prime Minister said that we leave it to the chiefs. So he told the chiefs of armed forces that the modalities, the targets, and the timing would be left to them.
Yes.
Now, having said that, that means the political decision has already been taken. Because you cannot go into modalities unless the political decision has already been taken.
Yes.
Given the stage we are at, and the country has to trust that the government is going to, that it's going to give a befitting response, whatever be that nature of response. I think the political class and the politicians, particularly of a party like the Congress party, must exercise restraint of the highest order.
Okay. So is restraint expecting too much, Dolly Sharma? Or are you not, first...
Yeah. Can you repeat the question again, Maria?
Yes. Is restraint expecting too much? While we understand that the opposition or critics can raise questions of what could have gone wrong, but in this period, when there are enough messaging coming in from the government that repeated meetings are being held and the Prime Minister has given full authority, full hand to the armed forces to decide and what will be the nature of action, those operational details certainly cannot be shared with anyone, nobody.
Right.
And then you have a post such as, which of course you deleted later, which was Gayab last week, and now your party president of Uttar Pradesh mocking Rafale fighter jets. So what really is happening? I mean, is the Congress party, why is the Congress party not able to restrain in times which are so sensitive?
So, Maria, I would like to say that I think the statement of the CWC openly says that we are with we stand with the government of India, and CWC has clearly stated that whatever the action government is going to take, we will stand by it. Number one. Number two, I think it may be due to the anger, maybe because people are waiting, the entire nation is waiting to see that we should take some strict action against Pakistan, because it is not only the life of 1 or 2 or 3, it is the life of 28 citizens of this country, which means a lot. A single life means a lot. This is 28 lives after Pulwama. And we are watching our civilians, the way Pakistan, the way terrorists has attacked, has taken the life of the common man of this country is really, really heartbreaking, heart-wrenching. And I think a strict action should be taken. And the formal line of the Congress party is that we are and we will stand by the government.
Okay, so then why are you not able to tell that to your party men and senior party functionaries?
See, Maria, let me tell you one thing. When Nishikant Dubey made a statement, clearly people came, defended him, and I think there were no debates when BJP said that this is not the official line of the Bharatiya Janata Party. We have clearly stated that this is the line, personal line of Nishikant Dubey.
Okay.
I don't know, after so many statements, after Rahul Gandhi's statements that we are with the government of this country, whatever action the government will take, Congress party is standing with the government firmly. So I don't know why these issues are being taken. And yes, it is the pain of the common man. It is the pain of every
You know the
citizen.
reason why these issues are being taken up? It's because this rhetoric is being talked about in Pakistan, that how divided India's polity is, how divided India's political class is. That is the reason why this issue is being taken
Maria,
up.
there are so many statements of Prime Minister Modi after 26/11 which I can show you. What was that? Was it
Ajay Alok?
Was the statements played there? Then was he not
Ajay
standing
Alok,
with the
the
government?
question
It
is-
was the question of the leader of the opposition.
Okay, Ajay Alok, you know, you as the Congress spokesperson said that we should go with what has been said by Rahul Gandhi, the Congress Working Committee, and forget about all these statements which are being made by other Congress leaders.
Well, to show empathy about 28 lives being lost in Pulwama attacks, where was this empathy when after 26/11, 163 lives were lost? Why was not any action taken then? And why you are so much in a self-esteem mode and so much in a hurry mode that you want the action taken very quickly? Because it's a matter of 26 lives. And Mr. Nishikant Dubey commenting something on Supreme Court, which he clearly said it's not our party line. And your other leaders, including your Chief Minister Siddharamaiah and your UP State President, Ajay Rai, making mockery of Indian Air Force and Rafale, playing into the hands of Pakistan, where you are being discussed in the parliament of the Pakistan, that here, look, Congress party is not supporting Modi, Samajwadi party is not supporting Modi, Aam Aadmi party is not supporting Modi. Is that gives you a kick or current? When the leadership has said something, why can't you abide by it? It's a very crystal clear mode, muh mein raam bagal mein churi. Leader says something, but the downstairs big leaders will do something else. We have not kept Rafale to be in the dressing room for just shutting it down, and we have not got Rafale after making this, what do you say, Ilaichi Puja and everything. All kind of rubbish being said by the Congress party, they have actually lost it. None of the congressmen in the past 10 days have talking sense, right from Robert Vadra to till today, from this Ajay Rai. And defending all these kind of people doesn't make any sense.
What did Ajay Rai say when there was a backlash? He didn't apologize. He didn't take back his words. He has
Maria,
made
how-
a fighter
how
jet,
can-
which is
how
India's
can you say
pride,
that
a
this is a
political
question?
pawn.
Well,
And
how
it's
can you say
sad.
that this is the
And
question?
Shastra Puja has been a tradition which has been associated with our armed forces for decades.
No, Maria, how can you say that this is a question on the armed forces? This is actually not. Not at all. We are waiting for the government to take decision. This is as simple as that. Nothing more than that. Will he deny to the statements of Kangana Ranaut made on several occasions? They clearly said that this is not our party line. तुरंत बीजेपी ने हाथ झाड़ लिया. Nishikant Dubey statement तुरंत हाथ झाड़ लिया. I have a list of several leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party जिसके लिए भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने कहा this is not the official line of the Bharatiya Janata Party. So after clear statement made by the Congress party, by the big leaders of our party, they say for everything they blame Rahul Gandhi. Now the statement of Rahul Gandhi says that we stand by the government of India. हम हमारी सरकार के साथ खड़े हैं. हमारी सरकार जो कहेगी, जो करेगी, हम उसके साथ हैं. बट ऐसा क्यों दोहरा चरित्र भारतीय जनता पार्टी का हो जाता है? And I can show you 100 statements made by then Chief Minister Narendra Modi ji asking so many questions to Prime Minister Manmohan Singh ji. I can play here right now also. Was what? Can you say that then he was standing with Pakistan when he was asking questions to the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh ji?
Okay.
Was he doing the same? Was he standing with Pakistan?
Ajay Alok, respond and then I bring in others, please. Go ahead.
I just have to make a simple point. The point here is that when Rahul Gandhi visited Srinagar victims and coming out when he did the talking, when he did the talks, he said one thing very categorically. This attack should not be made as a weapon to use it against a particular community and particularly my Kashmiri brothers. That was the statement made by Rahul Gandhi in Srinagar. Now today what we find for the last 3 days, that out of the 4 attackers of Pahalgam, 2 were Kashmiri Muslims. So according to Rahul Gandhi, we should let them go free. Why you are not speaking against the terror module that is operating within the country? Why you are not speaking about those people who are helping, who are financing, who are motivating these terrorists within our own country?
Maria,
the biggest tragedy of this country is, please don't interrupt, the biggest tragedy of this country is, after the division, the terrorists went to the other side and the sympathizers were left here in India. That's what we are facing today. If that is not the case, why Congress party accepted donation from Zakir Naik Foundation? Why? Zakir Naik is a known terrorist. He's absconding the country. Why your party accepted donation from the Zakir Naik Foundation? Do you have any reasoning to do that? Why Yasin Malik was clicking pictures with the Prime Minister Manmohan Singh? Why Sonia Gandhi was crying when terrorists were shot dead in encounter? Again you are going to cry when Pakistan is going to face problem. The very inherent nature of being anti-India at the time of crisis, just for the heck of your power, makes you super arrogant and just makes you out of your brains. And all the person concerned with the Congress party who's defending Congress party start speaking in the same line without realizing the sentiment of
Dolly.
Yeah.
The point that
Maria,
was made by Mr. Brahma Chelani minutes before you joined was that political class cannot comment on the issue of procurement here. When you what Mr. Mr. Rai has done is actually talk about it. It's a sensitive issue. That's my repeated point here. You know, why mock Rafale planes?
Can I speak, Maria?
Yes, please. Go ahead, Dolly.
Yeah.
उसको कम्युनल के रंग से रंग देते हैं।
ये सुनिए।
किसी कौम के
Go ahead. Make your point. We can't hear that. You can speak.
So, can you hear this, Maria?
Yes, there's a problem. You can go ahead and speak, please.
This is a statement of Prime Minister Modi where he is speaking that आतंकवादियों का कोई धर्म नहीं होता. मित्रों, आतंकवादी होता है. मित्रों, आतंकवादी की कोई जात नहीं होती. मित्रों, अगर हम ये सवाल उठाएंगे तो हमें कह देंगे कि हम कम्युनलाइजेशन कर रहे हैं. तो क्या है ये, कौन सा दोहरा चरित्र है? मारिया, आप सरकार में बैठे हो तो ये सारे सवाल देश विरोधी हो जाते हैं. आप जब ऑपोजिशन में बैठे हो तो ये सारे सवाल जायज हो जाते हैं. एंड आई वुड लाइक टू आंसर हियर. ही वाज स्पीकिंग अबाउट 26/11. यस, देयर वर टेररिस्ट्स इनसाइड Taj Hotel. All of them were killed. One who was left was also hanged till death. ये किया था कांग्रेस की सरकार में. ये हुआ था. You tell me, Maria, after Pahalgam, you tell me one terrorist they have caught. एक आतंकवादी इन्होंने पकड़ा, हमारे 40 जवान शहीद हुए. अब मैं पहलगाम की बात करती हूँ मारिया. पहलगाम में आप मुझे बताइए, कोई एक भी टेररिस्ट इतने लोगों को मारने के बाद वो खुले आए, खुले चले गए, जमीन निगल गई, आसमान खा गया, गए कहां? ये सवाल हम नहीं पूछे. आर दीज क्वेश्चंस नॉट वैलिड टुडे? आप बीजेपी की ट्रोल आर्मी देखिए. नरवाल, लेफ्टिनेंट नरवाल की वाइफ जो रो रही है, परेशान है, परेशानी में.
I get that point, Dolly.
कम्युनल नहीं करिए.
I get that point here. Questions are valid. Nobody is stopping you from asking questions.
The words that these people are using for that girl who is now going through a lot of pain.
Nobody is stopping you from asking questions. My point, and is the point here, is why mock center with a toy Rafale. That is my limited point, and that's where the issue is. And I'm going to go back to Brahmachalani and Neerja Chaudhary now. Brahmachalani, the question is of delay in action. That's what opposition is saying. But that's an operational decision. I mean, that's a decision that will be taken by the armed forces. No political class. I mean, they are not really in a position to ask that question. Why action and why delayed action? If there is no action, that can be asked. But of course, I mean, when will it be? That's nobody's business, one would say.
Well, I agree with you, Maria. The deaths of the innocent tourists in Pahalgam demand accountability and justice, not empty rhetoric or indecision. India cannot be condemned to indefinitely remain a victim of cross-border terrorism, which explains the groundswell of national anger. But national anger does not mean that India should act now, immediately. India should execute retribution when Pakistan least expects to be hit. Right now, the Pakistan armed forces are on highest alert. The longer they remain on high alert, the greater the drain on Pakistan's resources. That country is already bankrupt. So keeping the armed forces on 24-hour alert status is a big drain on Pakistan's resources. India should bide its time and hit Pakistan when the time is right. But the costs this time have to be different. They have to be different from the costs India sought to impose in 2019. It cannot be another one-off operation like the one that was carried out at Balakot. The Balakot attack, like India's 2016 ground-launched surgical strike, targeted Pakistan military's terrorist proxies, not the terror masters, but their proxies. India went out of its way to say it hit a non-military target at Balakot. Why? The costs have to be imposed on the military generals, the terror masters. And this time the costs have to be imposed in a sustained manner and in a multifaceted way. So this time the costs have to be very different from the kind of costs India sought to impose in 2019. But India has to bide its time and wait for the right opportunity to start inflicting costs on Pakistan.
But when you say, sir, that, India's strategy, as we have been saying, action, I would say, has been two-pronged. We have seen the diplomatic action, and perhaps one of the key moves that was made then, a few days ago, was the Indus Water Treaty having been put on hold. The impact of that is now being seen in Pakistan with the stopping of water. And now the military action is something that they will be deciding the time and place.
Maria, the actions so far have been largely symbolic in nature. They are in the form of messaging, warning Pakistan to change its behavior or expect retribution from India.
In fact,
the Indus Water Treaty, the Indus Water Treaty, by the way,
Secretary General is now addressing a press conference. Let's listen in. Just addressed the press, in which he has said the tensions between India and Pakistan are at their highest in years. It pains me to see relations reaching a boiling point. I once again strongly condemn that attack and extend my condolences. Let's listen into again.
Respect, and I am profoundly grateful to the government of people of both countries and their significant contributions to the work of the United Nations, not least UN peacekeeping. And so it pains me to see relations reach.
All right, you heard from the UN Secretary General. Let me give the last word tonight to Neerja Chaudhary.
I think, Maria, your debate has summed up the issues around this Rafale mockery that you call. And very simply put, there are moments, of course, the opposition must ask questions. That it's a job to do so. It would be failing in its duty if it doesn't do so. But there are moments and moments when things have to be done. And this was hardly the moment when we are engaged in very high level, serious preparation, which will require wisdom and foresight and due deliberation. Should you go in for mockery of Rafale? Is this the moment for it?
Yes. Is this the moment for it, Dolly? A quick 30 seconds.
Maria, I'll again say that I think everybody should go with the official statement of the Congress party. An official statement is that we are with the government of this country. Whatever action the government is going to take, Congress party is going to support it 100%.
Okay, we still have some time on the show, so let's try and get more details on this and go back to Neerja Chaudhary. Neerja Chaudhary, largely one would say that the opposition has been careful, cautious and responsible in its statements, barring some of these, but the frequency with which it is coming is actually making one wonder that why are the leaders within the Congress party not following the official statement or official position of the party?
I think the other question, of course, is why is the leadership which was given a very clear statement, very clear sense of resolve about where the Congress party stands with the government on this issue and said it again and again, why are they not able to rein in their leaders and senior leaders at that? Chief of the UP Congress, that's no small position. And once he has said something and they get carried away, then they should withdraw it. But that has not happened. So the question will arise, does the Congress party want this and that both simultaneously? And the cost of that is very high, as I said. To do it at this time, there are other ways of conveying. If the Congress party feels strongly that why are we not being told that things are not happening, the response has not been forthcoming. A certain amount of response has been forthcoming. And you may have differences on what will inflict the maximum damage on Pakistan long term. Is this a full-fledged war that will do it? Should we go in for it? Those are very serious questions. Of course, I think it would help if the government can maybe confidentially brief those in the opposition, not everybody, but maybe 1 or 2 or 3 people, about what the government has on its table and what it plans to do.
Okay, Ajay Alok, 30 seconds.
See, Maria, as far as I can say, the government is leaving no stone unturned right from 22nd onwards, the day this attack happened. The series of measures which we have taken, including stoppage of water from Chenab since yesterday, that has already created a havoc in Pakistan, disturbing the 23% GDP because their kharif crop is not going to be sold now. All the trade relations have been suspended, ports are not being used, the postal service is suspended. We are cornering them in a very significant manner worldwide. And yes, of course, we have already announced it that we are not going to leave the terrorists and their perpetrators. And I don't mind if anybody doesn't like this, if anybody sheds tear for that, I don't have any issues regarding that. The government is very clear in its motive. We are going to strike and we are going to strike hard.
Okay, I have just enough time for Brahma Chelani's comment on what UN chief has said. Mr. Chelani, UN chief has called India and Pakistan for restraint, and terrorists must be brought to justice. Targeting civilians is unacceptable. How do you look at it?
The UN Secretary General is pained by the tensions between India and Pakistan. He is not pained by what Pakistan did. He is not pained that Pakistan has engaged in a pattern of cross-border terrorism with the UN doing nothing but watching tensions periodically rise on the subcontinent. Fortunately, nobody listens to the UN Secretary General. The UN has been increasingly marginalized in international relations, and it's often said that the UN Secretary General is secretary to the 5 permanent members and acts as the general with the rest of the international community. As far as the Indus Waters Treaty is concerned, there's a lot of hype about what India's decision is doing. Let me make one thing clear. India's action in putting the treaty in abeyance does not affect water flows to Pakistan. India currently is doing reservoir flushing. That's releasing even more water to Pakistan. So all this hype that India is stopping water flows or reducing water flows,
Okay.
that needs to be countered, because India's intent is not to reduce water flows. India's adversary is not the Pakistani people. India's adversary is the Pakistani military establishment, the Pakistani deep state.
Okay.
And we should not exaggerate what the Indus Water Treaty decision by India does.
Okay. Okay, all right. Thank you so much for joining us. Brahma Chilani, Neerja Chaudhary, Ajay Alok and Dolly Sharma. That's all from me on this edition of The Last Word.